getting sick and tired of dealing with these bastards. What the hell is this? No. This can't be. It does look come in handy, though. I think I could use this. Hey Rob, take a look at what I just found.
What is that mechanical stick of technology?
I think it's a lightsaber.
You mean like a beam sword?
Something like that.
But does the saber really work?
I don't know. Maybe if I just... Okay. So it does work.
So is there a new Star Wars movie coming out soon?
In 1977, filmmaker George Lucas, famous at the time for American Graffiti, has brought us the Star Wars franchise. The movies have a great mix of sword and sorcery with science fiction. As of today, the original trilogy is stapled as the best while everyone bashes on the prequel trilogy. In my opinion, each of these movies has something unique to one another, and I can't complain. But in the world of video games, there's a shitload of them from the entire franchise! With the sequel trilogy starting this December, I think it's best to take a look at the video games based off of the original Star Wars trilogy. There are some games on the Atari 2600, I don't have them with me, but they're alright for what the console brings. There is a Famicom game based off of Star Wars A New Hope, but I don't have that game either, and thank God! That game doesn't even follow the movie's plot and just went on to Asian Wonderland or something. So we'll start off with the NES game. It's published by JVC and it was developed by Lucasfilm Games. Right off the bat, the opening of the game resembles the movie, but the theme is a bit too upbeat, don't you think? So in the game, you start off at Tatooine, like in the movie. It's actually another one of those where the fuck do I go kind of games. You go through these caves, blasting the enemies inside, and sometimes you might find something helpful. But I'll start off with the graphics. They're pretty good for NES standards. The backgrounds are great and the tone gives it the right atmosphere for Star Wars. Now let's check out the controls. You control Luke with the D-pad, use the A button to jump, and using B, you can use it for either shooting your blaster, swinging your lightsaber, or holding it to run. Yeah, the same button that you use to swing and shoot expects you to hold it down so Luke can run. Yeah, that's just great. The enemies I can't stand in the caves are these wasp-like bugs. They purposely programmed them to fly around my head so they could drain my life bar. Oh, what the fuck? How am I supposed to know that's gonna happen? But the worst thing to happen is taking fall damage. Does it happen in Mario? No. Then why did they program fall damage in this game? Once I got to the sandcrawler, the difficulty got harder with the blaster. It takes several shots to knock out these Jawas. You have to find Obi-Wan first to get the lightsaber. Now this makes it a lot easier to plow through. In here you have to plow through Jawas, of course, conveyor belts, and trash crushers. If you use the blaster, your life will be drained in a matter of seconds. The saber helps me out a little bit, but I still get pissed off trying to save my other droid. All just because he really wanted to see Obi-Wan for himself. But with enough care and patience, I managed to save his mechanical ass. So we head off to Mos Eisley where Luke meets up with Han Solo. It is a famous scene where Solo shot Greedo until George Lucas took a shit on that scene and ruined the most badass moment in the movie! So now I get to play as Solo, and I die instantly. Yeah, every time you die as Solo, you have to go back to the cantina to find him again. More importantly, you need him to use the Millennium Falcon! It kinda defeats the purpose, right? Well, I got this far in the game because it keeps kicking my ass. I got so frustrated for dying so many times in the same place, and I was about to lose it.
Man, how can they make a Star Wars game this cheap? Is my best guess is that they wanted to make it as realistic as possible. But there's only one problem. It's a movie! It's not made to be realistic! I need to cool off. Everything is going according to plan.
Are you sure that all your details are going straight?
Face it, I am not letting this one slip out of hand.
Well, suit yourself.
I have Darth Maul in training just in case this slips up. Look, I'm telling you, Greedo shot first.
It's in the new releases, it's in the special edition, and what George Lucas says goes.
And Jar Jar was an epic choice.
Ah yes, I bet it was.
I'm still accepting the fact that Greedo shot first. With me, don't push your luck. Everyone knows it's Han Solo that shot first, not Greedo. And how come in the new releases it's always Greedo that shot first?
Here.
Hey Thomas, what's happening?
It's nothing much. I think I saw some stormtroopers in my backyard, but...
Don't worry, I'll take care of that for you.
These games are really fucking with my mind.
Empire Strikes Back on NES. Let's see if they can improve with this one. So the game starts off on the planet Hoth, just like in the movie. But it pulls a red flag for me because I hate ice levels.
Luke.
The lightsaber is the weapon of a Jedi.
Wow. Ben Kenobi really is an asshole!
That information is painfully obvious to the hardcore fans. What's the next useless information you're gonna say to me? The chicken came before the egg? So the first level makes you feel like a rat in a maze. But if you manage to get through here, you'll be able to find the lightsaber. To activate it, you just press select.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why is Luke's saber red? There is a simple rule in the Star Wars universe. If your lightsaber is red, you are a Sith! What the fuck?
Is it really hard to paint it blue? Oh yeah, that's another problem. The graphics are a mess. Most of the time you'll be seeing white because of the snow. This can really fuck with your eyes. The game does borrow some elements from other NES games. The non-linearity levels from Metroid, and the crouch jump from Mario 2. But that doesn't help with so many boss enemies slowing down your progress. You have to use the blaster if you want to survive these levels. Man, this is fucking boring!
Idea?
Seriously, this is a point where you need the turbo controller to save your thumbs. Once I got to the walker stage, I got stuck. I tried to destroy them and it all ends with a crash. I got so frustrated at this point, I would rather get my hand sliced from my saber.
Well, that's how far I made it, because the game was too hard. There was no Return of the Jedi game, not for NES. I guess they went too far with Empire and decided to stop the production. Idiots.
So, those are the NES Star Wars games. The games have some good opportunities to follow through, but if it wasn't for the insane difficulty, I wouldn't think of owning them anyway. But that doesn't stop there. Things will rev up once the Star Wars franchise traveled to the Super Nintendo. Lucasfilm Games, now under the name LucasArts, decided to give it a good upgrade. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Super Star Wars trilogy. These games looked and felt like the movies they represented. I mean, seriously, these games make me feel like I'm in the movie myself. You get a bunch of playable characters in these games, such as Luke, Han Solo, Chewie, Leia, and even Wicket the Ewok. They have their own controlling and feel that balances the formula to its roots. The graphics are astounding. It brings out a perfect atmosphere for the games that are represented. These games support with the most stiffened graphics for these driving levels. The music is outstanding for the time. Composer Paul Webb captured the feel of what John Williams brought for the movies. That's really good. The sound effects are very accurate to the movies, like the firing of a blaster, a swing from a lightsaber, and even the death of a Jawa. They must have put enough care and patience with this. With Super Empire Strikes Back, I really lost my shit. I'm not saying that the game is bad at all, I'm just saying that the difficulty is a fucking disgrace. Like in the movie, you start off on Hoth. It's an ice level, and it sucks. And you wanna know why? The slippery physics, tension controls, and cheap shots just to piss you off. This moment right here, you forced me into the spike pit! The jumping mechanics are fucking awful in this game. Most of the deaths in this game are just caused of sensitive jumping. Like there was a moment when I'm on a tauntaun and I fell into a pit, it refuses to let me get off! When Super Return of the Jedi comes around, this is where things really pick up. In this game, Luke doesn't have his blaster anymore. Good thing too, because the lightsaber makes everything better in my opinion. Plus with all those force powers he has, awesome. The last thing to talk about are the boss battles. They're challenging, of course, but how long are their energy bars anyway? It takes 2 or 3 hits until one piece of the energy bar falls down. In conclusion, there is a major difference between frustrating and fun. These games are mostly fun, in my opinion. These are the games that I could recommend if you're a huge Star Wars fan. But hey, if you still own a Wii, you could get it on the Virtual Console for $8 per game. This is definitely worth the money.
Rob, you're in charge of this place until I get back.
What is the trouble?
Something suspicious is going on, and I gotta find out what's up. But, if you find something that is suspicious, let me know.
Affirmative.
Thank you. Oh. I forgot that's still there. What's going on? Alright, it's time.
Time. You just failed again. Fuck up douche-offs and didn't break him.
Face it, he's just a distraction so we can plan the final attack. Darth Maul!
You summon me, Master.
Dispose that nerd like yesterday's trash! I want him dead!
I shall do my best, Master.
I just don't understand why I'm the biggest victim around here. I mean, is there anything else that they could just throw at me or something?
Have a threat.
Darth Maul?
The one and only. So, you're the one they call the ritual nerd.
What are you doing here? Don't you have an empire to take over?
I am serving my master to end your life. Nothing matters to me except killing you.
Well, you have to be fast enough to catch me!
Now come on, Winkling. Fight! Enough of this! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Time to die. Fine. The dark side will always join.
Not so fast.
Danny?
That's right. Sorry, I just jumped. Harp cover moment.
Thanks.
Well, no matter. I have 2 big packs to kill.
What? It's not working!
Now, time to die. Oh.
You think you survived the Phantom Menace? This time it's real.
Just got the last of them.
Great. Glad that you're okay.
Yeah, feel like flies around here. All those stormtroopers.
Yeah,
But hey, I got them all.
that's really good to know.
Oh hey, it turns out the blind reviewer is back, huh?
Yeah, and he actually helped me out defeating Darth Maul.
I see that he's on the ground dead. Again.
Yeah.
So now what do we do?
Review.
I don't know, wanna go get a pizza?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good to me.
Great.
These orders going as planned! The nerd and his freezer keep getting in my way!
You should have thought this through. Next time, leave the work to me. I'll take care of it. You offered me the job if Maul failed.
I would reconsider this, Kylo!
No matter what you say, I'll still accept the offer. Consider the retro nerd perished. Our prized possession.